There comes a time when you have to take control of what you allow into your mind and spirit. You can't afford to entertain every thought that crosses your mind. You can't dwell on every negative word spoken over you. You can't give power to every opinion, every doubt, every fear that tries to take root in your heart. If you're going to live the life that was meant for you, if you're going to step into the fullness of your destiny, you have to be ruthless with negativity. You have to guard your mind like a fortress. Because what you allow in will shape how you see yourself, how you respond to challenges, and ultimately how far you go in life. Too often we let negativity linger in our hearts longer than it should. Someone says something hurtful and we replay it over and over as if keeping it alive will somehow change what was said. We hear a bad report, and instead of dismissing it, we allow it to create fear and doubt. But the truth is, negativity only has power if you give it permission. It can't take root unless you allow it to stay. That's why you'd have to make a decision today. If it doesn't align with who you are, if it doesn't build you up, if it doesn't bring you peace, it has to go. You weren't designed to carry the weight of every negative voice around you. You weren't meant to live in a constant state of worry, doubt, and fear. But too often we let these things settle in our spirit, and before we know it, they begin to shape our perspective. They rob us of our joy. They make us second guess ourselves. They keep us from stepping into opportunities because we've convinced ourselves we're not good enough, not talented enough, not qualified enough. But today you have the power to change that. You have the power to say, no, I'm not going to replay what they said. I'm not going to let fear dictate my decisions. I'm going to be ruthless with negativity. I'm going to take back my peace. Think about a garden. If you want it to grow strong and healthy, you can't let weeds take over. Weeds don't need permission to grow, they just show up. And if you don't pull them out, they'll choke the life out of the plants that are meant to thrive. The same is true for your mind. Negativity is like a weed, it doesn't need an invitation. It comes in through the words of others, through self-doubt, through comparisons, through unexpected disappointments. If you don't deal with it quickly, it will take over. That's why you have to be intentional about what you let in. Start recognizing negative thoughts the moment they appear. The next time you hear you're not good enough, replace it with I am more than enough. When you hear you'll never get out of this situation, replace it with better days are coming. When you hear it's too late, replace it with I'm just getting started. You are not at the mercy of negative voices. You are not obligated to accept everything that comes your way. You have the authority to choose what stays in your mind and what gets dismissed. Be ruthless. If it doesn't serve you, if it doesn't align with your purpose, let it go. Don't let another day be stolen by thoughts that don't belong to you. Don't let another opportunity slip away because fear held you back. It's time to rise up. It's time to take control. You have a calling. You have a purpose, and you have everything you need to step into the fullness of what's ahead. But it starts with your mind. It starts with being ruthless with negativity. So today, make the decision. Decide to protect your peace, to guard your mind, and to focus on what truly matters. The road ahead is too important, the destiny too great to let negativity take up space in your life. Be ruthless. Walk in confidence. Move forward with boldness. Because the best is yet to come. Life has a way of presenting us with moments where we must choose between staying the same to stepping into a new level of strength. Too often we hold on to relationships, habits, or mindsets that no longer serve us simply because we are afraid of letting go. But there comes a time when you have to be ruthless with what no longer belongs in your life. You can't afford to carry everything and everyone with you into your future. If you're going to rise higher, if you're going to reach your full potential, you have to be willing to release the things that are weighing you down. Some people are only meant to be in your life for a season. They were there to teach you, to help you grow, to prepare you for what's next. But just because they were part of your past doesn't mean they're meant to be part of your future. If someone is constantly draining you, if they're always bringing negativity, if they don't support your dreams and push you to be better, then it might be time to move on. That doesn't mean you don't love them, but it does mean you love yourself enough to walk away from what's holding you back. It's not just about relationships. Sometimes we need to be ruthless with our habits. Maybe you've been stuck in a cycle of procrastination, always putting things off, always waiting for the right time to start. But deep down, you know that time is passing and nothing changes until you decide to change. Or maybe you've been carrying a habit of self-doubt, always questioning if you're good enough, smart enough, talented enough. The truth is, you are more capable than you realize. But as you hold on to those old thought patterns, you'll keep limiting yourself. If you want to step into your destiny, you have to make some hard decisions. You can't keep watering dead plants and expect them to grow. You can't keep investing energy into things that don't bring you peace, joy, and purpose. It's time to let go of what no longer serves you. Be ruthless with anything that steals your energy, distracts you from your goals, or keeps you from becoming who you were meant to be. Think about an athlete preparing for a race. They don't carry unnecessary weight. They don't put on extra layers of clothing that will slow them down. They strip down to the essentials so they can run with speed and endurance. That's exactly what you need to do in your life. Strip away the distractions. Let go of the burdens. Stop holding on to things that no longer serve you. It may not be easy. Letting go is hard, especially when you've gotten comfortable with certain people or habits. But comfort is the enemy of progress. If you're always staying where it's safe, you'll never discover how strong, how capable, how powerful you truly are. Growth requires discomfort. It requires making choices that may not feel good in the moment, but will set you up for a better future. Don't be afraid to make bold decisions. Don't be afraid to say no to what no longer aligns with your purpose. Don't be afraid to walk away from negativity, from doubt, from anything that keeps you stuck. You were meant for more. You were designed for greatness. But you have to be willing to do what it takes to step into that greatness. So today, make a decision. Decide to be ruthless with anything that is holding you back. Decide to protect your peace, to prioritize your growth, and to let go of what no longer serves you. It's time to rise higher. It's time to move forward with confidence. The best is yet to come, but it starts with you. Be bold. Be fearless. Be ruthless. Your future is waiting. There comes a point in life when you have to stop apologizing for wanting more. Too often we shrink ourselves to make others comfortable. We stay in situations that don't fulfill us. We entertain relationships that drain us. And we allow people to dictate how we should live. But at some point you have to be ruthless about protecting your energy, your time, and your peace. You have to stop letting guilt keep you tied to places and people that are no longer meant for you. Some people won't understand your growth. They won't understand why you're making changes, why you're setting boundaries, or why you're no longer available in the same way. That's okay. You're not responsible for explaining your journey to everyone. Not everyone is supposed to go where you're going. If you keep living for the approval of others, you'll end up stuck in a life that doesn't even make you happy. You weren't created to please everyone. You weren't designed to fit into someone else's version of who you should be. The truth is, when you start focusing on your purpose, you may lose people. When you start prioritizing your peace, you may upset some folks. When you choose to walk in confidence and refuse to settle, some people will try to make you feel bad about it. They'll call you selfish. They'll say you've changed. You have to be okay with that. Growth isn't about staying the same. It's about evolving, becoming stronger, wiser, and more aligned with the life you were meant to live. Being ruthless isn't about being cold-hearted or uncaring. It's about being intentional. It's about recognizing that your time is valuable, your dreams matter, and your mental health is worth protecting. If something is constantly robbing you of your joy, it's time to let it go. If a situation is draining your energy instead of fueling you, it's time to move on. If someone is always bringing negativity, making you question your worth or holding you back, it's time to create distance. You don't owe anyone an explanation for putting yourself first. You don't have to justify why you're choosing to grow, why you're saying no to toxic cycles, or why you're prioritizing your well-being. The people who truly care about you will support your growth. The ones who try to make you feel guilty are often the ones who benefited from you staying small. Maybe you've been holding on to friendships that no longer align with where you're headed. You keep making excuses for why they treat you a certain way, why they never support you, why they always bring drama. But deep down, you know that relationship has run its course. Maybe you've been stuck in a career that drains you, but you're afraid to make a change. Maybe you've been allowing negative thoughts to control your mindset, always doubting yourself, always settling for less than what you deserve. It's time to be ruthless about what you allow into your life. You weren't created to live in a constant state of frustration, exhaustion, or doubt. You were meant to walk in confidence, to live with joy, to pursue your dreams without fear. But that only happens when you make the decision to protect your peace. So stop apologizing for evolving. Stop explaining your boundaries. Stop letting people guilt trip you into staying in places you've outgrown. You are allowed to change. You are allowed to say no. You are allowed to protect your energy. This is your life, and you have every right to make it as peaceful, fulfilling, and joyful as possible. Make the decision today. Be ruthless about your peace. Be unapologetic about your growth. Be fearless about walking into the next chapter of your life. The best is ahead of you, but you have to be bold enough to claim it. Don't shrink. Don't settle. Don't hold you back. You were meant for more. Go after iter. Comes the matter in life when you have to stop seeking permission to be great. Too often we hold ourselves back, waiting for the right moment, the right approval, the right circumstances. But the truth is, if you keep waiting, you'll stay stuck. You'll keep putting off your dreams, suppressing your voice, and allowing fear to dictate your actions. You have to be ruthless in your pursuit of purpose, ruthless in cutting off distractions, ruthless in protecting your vision. Because if you don't take control of your life, someone else will. You were not created to stay in the shadows, to play small, or to live in constant hesitation. There are people who will try to keep you in a box, who will discourage you from dreaming bigger, who will say, "Why are you trying so hard? Why are you changing? Why can't you just be satisfied with what you have?" But here's the thing, being satisfied and being stuck are two different things. There's a difference between contentment and settling. You can be grateful for where you are and still believe for more. You can appreciate the blessings you have and still know there is another level you were destined to reach. Being ruthless means being unwavering in your belief in yourself. It means not allowing doubt, insecurity, or the fear of what others think to keep you from stepping into your calling. It means choosing growth over comfort, purpose over approval, and peace over pleasing others. Some people won't like the decisions you make. They won't understand why you're walking away from certain friendships, why you're making bold career moves, or why you're saying no to things you once said yes to. That's okay. You weren't meant to live your life for other people's understanding. Maybe you've been shrinking yourself to fit into spaces that were never meant for you. You lower your voice, you dim your light, you hold back your ideas because you're afraid of how others will react. But you weren't created to be invisible. You weren't given talents and dreams just to suppress them. You have something unique to offer, something the world needs. But in order to walk in that, you have to stop waiting for permission. You have to be ruthless about pursuing what sets your soul on fire. There will always be resistance when you choose to level up. There will be people who question you, obstacles that arise, and moments of self-doubt that creep in. But when you're focused, when you're determined, when you refuse to be swayed by negativity, nothing can stop you. Your energy is too valuable to be spent on things that don't serve your purpose. Your time is too precious to be wasted on conversations that drain you, relationships that don't uplift you, and mindsets that keep you stuck. This is the season to be ruthless about your vision, ruthless about your self-care, ruthless about your peace. You have dreams, goals, and ambitions that deserve your full attention. You don't have time to entertain negativity. You don't have time to keep explaining yourself to people who don't want to understand. You don't have time to keep playing small to make others comfortable. Step boldly into who you were created to be. Walk with confidence, knowing that your purpose is greater than people's opinions. Be unapologetic about growing, about elevating, about stepping into the fullness of your potential. Stop second-guessing yourself. Stop over-explaining. Stop hesitating. It's time to move forward. The best version of you is waiting on the other side of fear, and when you make the decision to step into it, doors will open, opportunities will come, and the right people will align with you. Don't wait another moment. Be ruthless. Take ownership of your destiny. Walk in power. Live in confidence, and know that the best is yet to come. Life is too short to keep playing it safe, too valuable to waste on things that don't align with your purpose. There comes a time when you have to stop apologizing for wanting more, for thinking bigger, for refusing to settle. Too often we hold ourselves back, worried about what others will think, afraid of stepping outside the boundaries that have been placed around us. But you were never meant to stay confined. You were meant to rise, to step into greater things, to go beyond limitations and make an impact. And to do that, you have to be ruthless about your growth, about your time, about what you allow into your life. When you decide to be ruthless, you're making a choice to no longer tolerate what doesn't serve you. You're saying, I will not settle for half-hearted effort. I will not lower my standards to make others comfortable. I will not waste my energy on things that drain me. You're taking a stand for your destiny. Because here's the truth, nobody else is going to fight for your dreams the way you can. Nobody else is going to push you forward like you can push yourself. You have to be willing to take control, to stop waiting for someone to give you permission, and to start walking boldly toward what you know is meant for you. Some people won't understand this shift. They'll say, you've changed, and that's okay. You're not supposed to stay the same. Growth requires change. Progress demands transformation. You can't become the person you were created to be while still clinging to who you used to be. That means letting go of old mindsets, of habits that no longer serve you, of relationships that keep you stuck in the past. It means being intentional about your choices, about who you surround yourself with, about what you focus on. Too many people spend their lives trying to please everyone. They say yes when they want to say no. They put their own dreams on hold to accommodate others. They shrink themselves so they don't make waves. But the problem is, when you live like that, you end up frustrated. You end up resentful. You wake up one day realizing that you've been living for everyone else, and in the process, you lost yourself. It's time to stop that cycle. It's time to reclaim your power, to take ownership of your choices, and to stop allowing fear to hold you back. Being ruthless doesn't mean being harsh. It doesn't mean stepping on people to get ahead. It means being fiercely committed to what's best for you. It means setting boundaries and not feeling guilty about them. It means knowing your worth and refusing to accept anything less than what aligns with your value. It means showing up fully without apology and pursuing your purpose with everything in you. There will always be distractions, always be voices trying to pull you in different directions. But when you are focused, when you are committed, when you refuse to be swayed by negativity, you become unstoppable. You have too much to accomplish, too much potential inside of you, too much purpose on your life to let anything keep you from moving forward. This is your time. This is your season to step into the fullness of who you were created to be. Don't let doubt stop you. Don't let fear hold you back. Don't let other people's opinions keep you from taking bold steps. The best version of you is waiting on the other side of hesitation. It's time to be ruthless about your life, about your vision, about your purpose. When you walk with confidence, when you move with boldness, when you refuse to settle, doors will open, opportunities will come, and the right people will align with you. So take that step, make that move. Be fearless, be intentional, be unapologetic. The best is yet to come. There comes a point in life when you have to draw the line. A moment when you decide that enough is enough. You cannot keep allowing distractions, negativity, and unnecessary burdens to weigh you down. If you want to reach your destiny, if you want to see your potential fulfilled, you have to be ruthless about what you allow into your life. You have to protect your energy, guard your mind, and be selective about who and what gets your attention. Not everything is worth your time, and not everyone deserves access to you. Too often we waste our energy fighting battles that are not ours to fight. We get caught up in unnecessary drama. We worry about what others think. We invest in people who only drain us. But the truth is, not every battle is worth engaging in. Not every fight is yours to fight. Some things are distractions sent to pull you off course. Some arguments are meant to drain your peace. Some relationships are only holding you back. If you're going to walk in power, if you're going to step into the future designed for you, you have to learn how to say, I don't have time for this. You have to be ruthless about cutting out what doesn't serve you. Being ruthless doesn't mean being cold-hearted. It doesn't mean being unkind. It means knowing your worth and refusing to accept anything that doesn't align with your purpose. It means setting boundaries that protect your peace. It means recognizing that your time is valuable, that your energy is precious, and that your destiny is too important to be wasted on things that don't push you forward. When you start making these decisions, when you stop tolerating what drains you, you're going to see a shift in your life. You're going to feel lighter, stronger, more focused. Doors will start to open. Opportunities will begin to come your way. The right people will start to show up because you've made space for them. Some people won't like this version of you. They'll say you've changed. They'll say you're not as available as you used to be. And that's okay. You're not here to please everyone. You're not here to fit into a mold that others have created for you. You're here to fulfill your purpose. You're here to walk boldly into the life that has been designed for you. And if that means letting go of certain people, if that means saying no to things that no longer serve you, then so be it. Stop feeling guilty for choosing yourself. Stop apologizing for putting your peace first. Stop explaining your decisions to people who were never meant to understand your journey. You don't owe anyone explanation for wanting better, for growing, for stepping into the next level of your life. Those who are meant to be with you will celebrate your growth. They will encourage you to become everything you were created to be. And those who don't, they were never meant to be part of your future. You have to be ruthless about your progress. You have to be ruthless about your dreams. You have to be ruthless about the life you are creating. If you want to see breakthroughs, if you want to experience transformation, if you want to step into something greater, you cannot afford to be passive. You cannot afford to keep waiting for things to change. You have to take action. You have to make the tough decisions. You have to be bold enough to say, I'm not going to live beneath my potential. I'm not going to settle. I'm going to walk fully in the purpose that was designed for me. There is a version of you waiting on the other side of hesitation. A version of you that is strong, confident, focused, and completely free from the things that used to hold you back. Don't let fear stop you. Don't let comfort keep you stuck. Don't let the expectations of others limit you. This is your time. This is your season. Step into it with confidence. Be ruthless about your life. and watch how everything begins to align for your good. The best is yet to come.